Hey, it's Miss Gross. If you have not already created or posted your survey link for your statistics project, I am here to help with this video. So, the first place you need to go is to your class's Google Classroom. Pause the video until you get there. And once you're there, you're going to be on the statistics project and post your survey link. You're going to be in both of those. Ultimately, we are going to be posting our survey link. So you're going to click that. And I'll show you what that looks like. You're going to just fill out your name, put your math teacher, what class period you have math. Can adults take your survey? Be careful with this one. If you're studying middle schoolers versus elementary school students, then you're going to put no here. For example, with mine, I'm doing 6th grade versus 7th grade. So I'm putting no as well. But if you are doing adults to kids, males to females, and you're wanting to include adults, then yes, adults can take your survey. So when you put that one in there, make sure that you specify. What is your topic? Just list a few words. Just your topic, not what question you're seeking to ask or your claim or anything like that. You're just putting your topic. So my topic is self-paced learning. So I'm going to put my topic in there. My two populations, 6th grade, 7th grade. Other populations, you could do males to females, adults to kids. You could do athletes to non-athletes, musicians to non-musicians. You could do 7th grade to 8th grade. You could do middle school to high school, elementary school to middle school, gamers to non-gamers, those kind of things. But basically, remember, population is the entire group of people that you wish to be studying. So I'm doing 6th grade to 7th grade. And then we're going to put our link here. Now, in order to paste your link, you have to create your link. So now we're going to pause, and you're going to go back to Google Classroom. And for our statistics project, you need to have the questions that you're going to ask. So pull up your slides. For me, mine are right here. Yours might be down a little bit lower and it says your work. Some people's are like that. This one is blank because that is just a blank copy. I'm going to pull mine up. And so at this point, you're probably working through these, like your title page, your introduction, but you're going to get your questions from here. So you're going to do questions. Now, things that are important that you really need to make sure that you have. You need to have a question. You need to have about 5 questions. You can have 3 to 5 questions. One of the questions must be about your population. One question needs to be multiple choice, like about your topic, and one question needs to be linear / a rating scale question. We call that numerical data because we're getting numbers data. And where do you find all this? If you look at the rubric right here, but it's also in your red notebook. If you look at the survey, 3 to 5 questions. One question needs to be about the population. One question needs to get numerical data. That remember the answer is a number. And then you need to have some multiple choice questions. I will tell you, if you do multiple choice questions, it's easier in the end than doing open-ended questions. And if you look at my questions, most of my questions can be answered with using multiple choice or number. So like 6th or 7th grade, that could be a multiple choice question. Do you prefer self-paced learning or teacher-led learning? That could be a multiple choice question. When you're tracking your progress in math, you find it more helpful to use a paper tracker or a digital tracker. That can be a multiple choice question. What percentage of your math class do you think should be self-paced? That is a linear question. On a scale of 1 to 10, rate how much you like progress trackers. That would be a rating question. So I have my questions ready to go. Now, before you start posting your questions, what I would encourage you to do is run your questions through an AI tool like ChatGPT or Gemini to make them better. You can copy your questions and you can go through ChatGPT or Gemini and ask, are my questions clear? So you can run it through that tool. I'm not going to spend time going over that, but I do want you to know that you can use that tool. to help you go through those. Are they biased? Are there any other questions that would help me to connect to my claim? Can any of my questions be written using multiple choice? I used mine earlier to help me gather choices. Can any of my questions be or numerical response instead? And so then I made some changes, and then I'm going to answer this. But that's not the point today. The point today is getting these questions right here onto a Google form. So we're going to pull up a blank Google form. To get there, you're going to go to forms.google.com. Pull that up. Open up a blank document. And I'm actually going to open up the one I already have. And everybody needs to label theirs correctly. So you're going to label yours with your initials. Mine's Michelle Gross. Whatever class period you're in, if you're in 1st, 3rd, 4th, 7th, you're going to put 1, 3, 4, or 7. And then you're going to put your topic. Self-paced learning is my topic, whatever your topic is. If it's sports, if it is grades, if it is music, whatever your topic is, you're going to put that. Then you're going to ask your questions. Make sure that you put your questions in grammatically correct, spelling is correct, there's correct punctuation there, capitalization. Don't just write it like like you're texting somebody. Make sure that this looks good. Get somebody to look over it and be like, does this grammar look okay? Does my spelling look okay? So put your population question. I would make that my very first question. Then make sure that you have at least one multiple choice question. So here's mine. Do you prefer self-paced learning or teacher-led learning more? Then I have self-paced, teacher-led, and then I put a combination of both because I want to know what kids really think. Like some kids want to be all self-paced, some people want to be all teacher-led, but I'm thinking that most kids are going to want a combination of both. But again, that's going on my claim. Then you ask another question. I have another question here. When you're tracking your progress in math, do you find it more helpful to use a paper tracker or a digital tracker? Mr. Cox calls it Playbook, and I like that idea. And so I put that on there as an option. And then my numerical questions. So when you get to the numerical question, you're going to change it, and you're going to make it say either linear scale or rating. So this one's a linear scale question. What percentage of your math class do you think should be self-paced? 0% of the class to 100% of the class. And then my rating question, on a scale of 1 to 10, rate how much you like paper trackers. Okay? You can look at it to see how good it looks. Like you can go through and so you're like, okay, this looks good. I like this. And so once you're ready to go, you are ready to publish yours. Mine is already published, so mine button is not purple. If you have not published yours yet, your button's going to be purple. So you're going to click the publish button, and then you're going to have something on your page right here that says manage, and you're going to click manage. And you want to change yours to anyone with the link. Make sure that that's selected, and once you have that done, you can click done. Make sure this says responders, anyone with the link, and then you click save or done. Now it is published for you. To get the link, you're going to go up here to the link button and you're going to click copy responder link. And before you copy it, shorten the URL. Please, please, please do that. It makes life so much easier for Miss Woods and I when we are posting these for everybody to take. So go ahead and do that and then copy it. Now you have the link. Now you're able to go back into the original 24, 25 survey links that you've been filling out and put your last thing in there. So then you're going to do Control V, and that's going to paste that in for you. And once you do that, then you're going to click Submit, and it says it's been recorded. And the way it's going to come to me is it's going to pop up just like this so that Miss Woods and I are able to see all of those. And let me see if I can find mine. Michelle Gross. There it is. Self-paced learning, 6th grade, 7th grade, and the Google form. and then people are able to go in and look at it just like it's supposed to be. So, and then if you notice, you see how all these are short and they look really good? The really, really long ones drive us crazy because it's when we send it out to everybody. So this one right here is long, and we'll need to fix that one in class. So, and I'll show you. If you do that, it goes out really far. So don't do that one. Make sure that you shorten it before you get it in there. All right. I hope that you found this video helpful. Again, you need to have 3 to 5 questions. One question needs to be about the population. So like, are you male or female? Are you an adult or kid? One question is numerical data, which is the linear question or the rating question. And then your questions need to support your claim, whatever your claim is. And you don't need to have any bias questions. I saw a couple questions on there that said, like, why should you believe the way I believe? Or how strongly do you feel the way I feel? And I'm like, that's a biased question. It should be, how strongly do you feel the way you feel? Or how strong, on a scale of 1 to 10, rate this. Don't, and some of you all, I noticed, even have put in a couple of things like, you put your opinion in parentheses. And if you put your opinion in parentheses, that's biased as well. So, I think that's got everything. And I hope this video helped you. And once you get that in, you can turn that in. And then you can keep working. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.